On the talks in Switzerland, what do you expect? What do you hope to come out of it?
We'll see. I mean, look, we were losing $1 trillion a year. Now we're not losing anything, you know? That's the way I look at it. We were losing with China on trade $1 trillion a year. More, actually, 1.1. But let's say $1 trillion. You know what we're losing now? Nothing. That's not bad.
What we're going to do in Switzerland is we've agreed to talk. Then on Saturday and Sunday, we will agree what we're going to talk about. My sense is that this will be about de-escalation, not about the big trade deal. But we've got to de-escalate before we can move forward. We want to decouple over strategic industries. And as I said before, the only good thing about COVID was it was a beta test if we were ever cut off from these strategic industries. And President Trump has told the entire trade team this cannot happen again. So whether it's steel, semiconductors, medicines, things like that, we are going to build it here. So we're going to bring back strategic manufacturing. We're going to bring back precision manufacturing. So the status quo is we have advanced finance, we have the tech sector that's the envy of the world. On the other side, we have a natural resources economy led by energy, which, by the way, the last administration tried to kill. And President Trump is filling in the arc in between with manufacturing jobs.
That's President Trump. And then Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent on the standoff ending with China. Trade talks in neutral Geneva, Switzerland, happening this weekend. Joining us now from Senate Budget, Senator Roger Marshall. Senator, a pleasure to see you again. Are you optimistic something will happen and a deal could get done? Because we're looking at stocks recovering almost everything from the April 3rd lows. The Dow today closed higher today than versus that April 3rd low. It looks like there could be 70 deals, including with China. What are you hearing?
Yeah, well, Liz, I wouldn't be too quick to let China off the hook yet. In the past, they've kind of come up to the wedding march there, and then they dropped out at the last second. So listen, we're in the catbird seat right now when it comes to China. Think about this: about 7% of what we export goes to China. About 14% of what they export comes to us. We can get by without China, but we need to take care of our relationship and the trade agreements that we have with Canada, with Mexico, Japan, and a few others as well. But with China, it's much more than just these tariffs. It's their non-tariff barriers, it's the fentanyl, it's the intellectual property theft, all those things. I'm still encouraging Americans to decouple from China unless I see a different beast coming out of there.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because Treasury Secretary Bessent said that COVID shutdowns showed that we can decouple, that we can make strategic manufacturing goods. Again, today, Senator, we're hearing new reports. China is warning its people to prepare for hardship. More factories closing, high youth jobless rates, possibly 16 million jobs could be lost, factory shutdowns, protest spreadings. But the media has downplayed how the Trump trade battle is affecting China. And I think the data is, you're right. America buys 3 times more from China than what China sells to us. China needs America.
Right, and I think it's the quality of the products that we're buying in versus they're buying. They need America to help feed them. So it's food, very critical elements, what they need versus, I mean, with all due respect, how many televisions does every American family need? How many pair of shoes do they need? And I don't want anyone to go without, but there's other options out there. There's other people that are filling that vacuum already. So again, I'm just not ready to let China off the hook yet. I'm just not convinced they're serious. As long as they're sending fentanyl precursors to the Americans, as long as they're stealing intellectual property, all these types of things going on. They're very involved in money laundering when it comes to marijuana production and the sale of marijuana as well. So I still got a jaundiced eye as I look towards China.
Thank you, Senator Roger Marshall. Appreciate you.